just turn on the volume. So welcome friends, today in this live stream we will be building a drawing paint app editor inside the browser using a special library of JavaScript which is called as P5.js. So as you can see in the sidebar section guys, you will be able to select your favorite color. Let's suppose I select this color, and you can even select your stroke as well. Let me so 15. So you can change this, and now you can see you can draw something on the screen. You can now see how beautiful it is looking. So you can draw anything on the screen. So basically it's a simple paint application, paint drawing app which is built using P5.js. So we also have a dustbin icon guys. So if you click this icon, everything will be deleted. You will see that. Basically you can lower this value and then you can select any of the color. You can see that. You can see that. So you can draw anything on the screen guys. So we will try to build this paint drawing app inside the browser using a special library which is called as P5.js. So P5.js is a very good library of JavaScript. So it's a library in order to draw something on the screen. So you can even call REST APIs with this. So it's a lot of documentation is also available in all the languages. So this is their official website, home section, editor. You can even download this library. You can see that they also provide you this awesome little editor. You can run this code right here in the preview section. So we will try to build this application using this library guys. So it will be built inside the browser using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So if you're watching it for the very first time, please hit that like button, subscribe the channel. So for this tutorial, I have written a complete blog post on my tutorial website, which is webninjadeveloper.com. So basically I will just give this link in the description of this video. I have also given that. So you can just get all the source code by going to this blog post. So you can just copy paste all the source code. So let's start building this application from scratch guys. So first of all, what we need to do is that basically you just need to create a simple paint.html file, and basically here you will be giving a title to your application which is P5.js paint drawing app, like this. And after this guys, basically you need to include the CDN also for this application. So CDN basically represents the content delivery network. Each and every library has a unique CDN. So I have given this link in the description of this video. So first of all, we will be including the font awesome icons. So font awesome guys, basically the icons that you see, font awesome is a very popular library which offers a CDN. So this we will be using their icons. You can see that it is completely free. So we have successfully included the CDN, and also we will also be including the P5.js CDN as well. So right here after the body, simply paste this link. You can see that. So now you can see that guys. Now basically we can build out this application. First of all, let me just build it side by side so that you can clearly see what is happening. So basically let me just make it side by side so that you can clearly see what is happening. So if I just open with live server guys, so what will happen now? So if I now open this with live server, you will now see nothing is there. So currently it is empty. So now we need to draw something on the screen. So for doing this, basically we will have a simple sidebar section guys. So we will be declaring this sidebar class, and inside the sidebar class guys we will have some elements. So the first list item will be a simple label. So this label will be for color picker. So here you can select your favorite color. So after this we will have a simple input field out there with the help of which you can select your favorite color. So this will be input type of color, and we need to give it a ID of color. You can see that we have now got a color picker out there. You can select your favorite color out there. After this, guys, the second list item, inside this we will have a simple label for the weight. So here you will put the stroke like this, and after this, guys, we will have this a number input field here. So here you can input the number, so ID will be weight like this. So we can even provide a maximum or minimum value. Minimum will be 2, and maximum, you can even provide a maximum value as well of, let's suppose, 20, and that's it. And the current value, you can even provide the current value when you load the page. Value will be 3. So now you can see 3 value is automatically passed when you load the page. So you can't go lower than 2, because you can see that we put this minimum threshold that you cannot go beyond 2. And also if you want to go past 20, you can't go. So we have put this min max threshold, these attributes. So after this, guys, we will have the simple button basically to clear out the screen. So we will have this button. So we will give it an ID of clear, and basically we will be using the font awesome icon for this. So we will need to give it this class FA trash. This is a dustbin icon that you can see, guys. You can see that this is a dustbin icon that we are styling here. So now we need to simply apply the basically, guys, style sheet. So we need to apply the style sheet code for this. So link style, and here we will simply say style.css. So now we need to create this file, guys, in the root directory, style.css. So the very first thing, guys, we need to do inside our CSS, let me just do it. You can just make space for this. So the very first thing we need to do, guys, basically we need to import the URL. This is the custom font we will be using here. We will be using this custom font, which is Lato custom font. So after this, guys, we will target all the elements, and basically we will say box sizing to border box, and then we will target the body, and here we will simply say the minimum height to be 100, view height like this, and then we will simply say the font family is equal to Lato, and then we will simply say sans serif like this. You can see that the font is changed, and basically after this, guys, we will need to put the margin to 0 like this. We need to remove the margin, and overflow property we need to say hidden. And then, guys, we will have the h4 heading here, basically the h4 heading, and inside this we need to make this heading to white. I think we don't have the heading. Okay, we need to just add this heading right here, basically h4 P5.js paint drawing app. You can see that. So we need just to make this background to this color. You can see that sorry, this needs to be white. So position basically will be absolute, top to 0, right to 0, margin basically we will say 0, padding is 10 pixel, and the text align will be center, user select will be none like this. You can see that we have given this styling to it. After this, guys, basically if you select the sidebar class that we have given, sidebar. So here we need to make the first of all the background color to this color. So this color will be changed here. You will see that box shadow, we need to give it a box shadow. This will be equal to, guys, this value 0 pixel, 10 pixel RGBA, and then we need to give this 30 0.7. So this is some box shadow which is given. Color we need to change it to white. Position we need to say it's equal to absolute, and left is equal to 0, top is equal to 0, and height is 100 VH. You can see that. And padding we will simply say 5 pixel. So it will have some spacing as well. And Z index, guys, we will simply say is 1000. And after this, guys, we will now target this UL elements. We need to remove this bullet icon. So for removing this bullet icon, we will target the UL elements. And first of all, we will change the display to flex. So you can see that. Justify content to center. Align items to flex start like this. And flex direction is column, not row. So now it will be coming right here. And list style type, basically we need to remove this bullet icon, so this will be removed here like this. Padding, we will simply remove the padding 0. Margin is also 0. And height, we will simply say 100%. So it will take the entire space of the sidebar. So now you can see that it will come in the center position. So now we need to individually select these list items, this color picker, stroke and dustbin icon. For doing this, sidebar UL li, and we will add individual padding to it, 5 pixel 0 like this. And then we will simply style the button, guys, basically sidebar input and sidebar button. So we will select all these fields. So first of all, we will say text align to center, and width we will simply attach 45 pixel. And sidebar, we will once again target sidebar li, last of type. This is a selector we will use, and we will simply say the margin top to auto. So with the help of this property, you will see that it basically gives this margin to the last property here. So it has a margin of auto. So the rest of the two properties becomes to the top. And now we will target the button, guys, the icon that you see, this dustbin icon. So for doing this, we need to first of all remove the background color to transparent. So background color will be transparent. You can see it removes the background color, and border we need to also remove. Border is none. You can now see we don't have a border. We also need to change the color to white. You will see that. And font size we will be equal to 20 pixel like this. So now you can see that this is your dustbin icon. And then we have to style the label. So we'll simply say the label, sidebar label. And here we'll say display to block. And the font size will be equal to 12 pixel like this. So now you can see the font is increased of the label, decreased. Margin from the bottom position we need to simply have 3 pixel. So now you can see that. So now this is your sidebar section, guys, which is styled here. If you now see, this is your sidebar section, which is perfectly styled here. You will see. So now, guys, we need to write the JavaScript code for this. So we will simply include a file, script.js. So basically we need to go to your create a new file, script.js. So right here we need to write the code. So right here, for the very first time, guys, we need to get all the references of all the elements which are in the DOM. So we need to get the color input reference by document.getElement by ID color, and then we will get the weight input, document.getElement by ID, and then we will also get it by the ID that we have given, and the clear button as well. So this also we have given an ID clear. If I show you inside paint.html, guys, so we have given this ID clear, we have given this id weight, and we have given this id which is equal to color. So we have basically get all the references by document.getElement by id methods. So after getting all these references, guys, so now we need to declare some variables which will be paths, which will be empty by default, and the current path which will also be an empty array like this. So as I already told you guys, this P5.js library, it's a very special library in JavaScript. It provides you a series of methods that you can rely on. So one such method is setup method. So this method is already available inside this library. So whenever you load the page, basically these are the life cycle methods of this library. So here you can just write any code that you want to write. So we will let's suppose I alert something on the screen, hello world. So if you refresh this application, you will see this as you load the page, this function will automatically call itself. I have not called this function, you will see we haven't called this function. It's an automatic function which automatically gets called. So you can see hello world is printed out. So inside this function, guys, we need to first of all load the window. We need to create the canvas on the screen. So that we can draw something on the screen. So we will automatically call this function which is create canvas, which is once again a P5.js method. So here you can pass any sort of width, 250, but we need to match the width of the window. So we can simply get the window inner width dot window inner height like this. And we can set the background color, guys, with this built-in background method of P5.js. So we can put here 0. So now this color will be black. You can see that this color is black. You can just provide a RGB value here, 255. This is white. You can put here 4. You can see that. I can put here 0, 255, 255. So this is this color. So you can choose any color of your choice, guys, totally depends upon you, but we will be choosing white color. So after this, guys, we have another lifecycle method which is useful for whenever you press your mouse pressed. So let's suppose you have pressed the mouse. I can alert out the message. So basically if I press the mouse, you will see you have pressed the mouse. You have pressed the mouse. So this function will automatically execute whenever you press the mouse. So this is a very basic and utility kind of a function. So inside this function, guys, we need to simply say the current path, we will initialize it to empty, and inside our path array, we need to push the current path like this. Current path is empty by default, and one such method, guys, is the draw method, which is basically useful for drawing something on the screen. So here we will be drawing something on the screen with the help of so what we will do, guys, basically here we can simply say here we will first of all call this method no fill. So basically this is a part of P5.js library, and here we will first of all check if mouse is pressed. This is a property which is automatically passed inside P5.js. So it is automatically checking that if the mouse is pressed or not, if this function has executed itself or not. If it is executed, then we need to print something on the screen. So we will make a point object. So we will get the x coordinate of the mouse using mouse x. So this is all built in inside P5.js. So that's why it's very important library for building games or any sort of graphics application. You will get the mouse or y coordinate using mouse y, and then we can get the color which the user has selected by using color input dot value. So you can see that color input dot value. So it will get the color which the user has selected by using this color picker, and then we will simply put the weight as well, guys, inside this numeric field. Whatever weight that you select, you will say weight dot value. That's it. This is your object, guys. Now we need to insert this object into the current path like this point object. That's all. So if you now something click here, nothing will be drawn. So we need to loop through all these paths, guys. So as this paths is an empty array, So after this, after this we need to loop through paths dot for each. We will use the for each loop basically, because you can see that as I'm pressing this mouse here, we are uh, pushing this object of current path that we have initialized here to this paths object. Again we are initializing it to empty. So now basically we need to loop through these paths array, and for each object, for each path, we need to first of all call this begin shape method, which is available inside P5. Again we will call the path for each. This is once again a array path, and here we have the point object that you can see. We have constructed this point object which contains the x coordinate, y coordinate, the color and the weight value. So we will be displaying this point. So we will be drawing it on the screen using the stroke method, which is provided by P5.js. So point.color. Again we'll call the stroke method stroke weight, and here we will simply pass the weight, point weight, and then we will call the vertex method, which is available inside P5.js, and here we will pass point x, point y, like this, and lastly we will simply end the shape like this. You can see that. So that's it. If I select the color, oh sorry, this needs to be an end shape. So you can see that, guys, I am able to draw something on the screen here. Automatically you will see that I am able to draw something on the screen. So now the only thing is remaining. If I click the dustbin icon, I need to clear out everything that is drawn on the screen. So we need to bind a event listener to this clear button. We have got the reference to this button by using clear. So here clear dot add event listener. So when we click this button, we need to clear out everything. So here we will simply say paths dot splice, and here we will pass 0. After this we will say background 255. We will again reset the background color to white. That's it. So if you see, and if I now click the dustbin icon, you will see automatically all this value will be deleted. So if I change this color, you will see that. So this is your drawing paint app, guys, which is constructed using P5.js library. It's a very awesome app that you can develop using P5.js. So this is a very simple project. Hopefully you will like it. Please hit that like button, subscribe the channel, and if you want to get all the source code, you can go to the description of this video and also the pin comment as well. I have given all the source code. And thanks very much for watching this video, guys, and I will be seeing you in the next tutorial.